Hey, my name's Bonnie, streaming from Awabakal and Warramai Land, and this is The Good Stuff on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
good
Stuff.
The good stuff.
Today, we're chatting with Aussie legends Jean Teasers and the Jean Teasers. We'll tell you about the fabulous long weekend birthday party that everyone's talking about, and Dan will tell us about a local charity ride for Camp Quality. But first, it's time to find out what's happening around Newcastle and the Hunter tonight.
This is where it
Sounds good. Good stuff.
Bartholomew's and King Street are hosting a Cape Byron Whiskey Masterclass tonight. The Seven Sopranos hit Rathmines Theatre as part of the Lake Mac live music series. Sly Withers is on stage at the Newcastle Hotel. And Andrew Swift plays the Royal Hotel in Dungog. To find out more, head to newcastlelive.com.au.
Good stuff.
Local kings, queens, and in-betweens are invited to the Adamstown Bowling Club this Sunday to celebrate the King's birthday as part of Royal Drag. This birthday party will feature stunning performances from Timberlina, Dave the Pole Dancer, and Wayne Rogers. DJ Perry Lamb will keep the dance floor full for this disco-themed dress-up party. Prizes will be awarded for best dressed, and judges will be looking for everything from sparkling sequins to funky hairdos. To find out more, sashay on over to newcastlelive.com.au.
This is
Good
stuff.
Straight out of Canberra, Jean Teasers and the Jean Teasers are kicking ass right now with multiple nominations for Air Awards, huge support slots, and as of today, the announcement of their debut album, I Love You. These legends will headline the Cambo's last ever long weekender, which is happening this Sunday. So I'm absolutely honoured to welcome to the good stuff Jean Jesus and the Jean Teasers' very own Neve. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So look, I want to jump straight into your latest single, which is called Never Saw It Coming. It was the first song that you have written for Jean Jesus, and it took you over a year to write because of how personal it is. So can you take us through the writing process, and do you remember the moment that you kind of sat down to start writing it?
Yeah, I kind of do actually. It's so like I started writing it pretty recently after like the assault, and it's crazy like how much it has changed. Like the lyrics at the very start were like not that poetic at all. I was just like writing all this stuff, and then as I've like gone through and like processed through my emotions, like the lyrics have really changed. And yeah, I never wrote it with the intention of it being like a song for the band. But we were away on like a little writing retreat for the album, and yeah, just like collaborating and everything. And I had just finished this song, and each day that we like got up and did writing, I was like, oh, maybe today I'll show them the song. And then I wouldn't do it. And it wasn't until like the very last day, like an hour before we were leaving, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna show them. And I just like showed them like a recording, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And they all just like broke down, and they were like, we have to do this. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't even like thinking, I don't know. And yeah, since then it's just been like a crazy process because I've never like sung lead. I've never, recorded just my vocals in a studio. So it's already such a really personal song, and then like doing all those other things, like it's a big first of like a lot of things. But yeah, they've just been so supportive with it, and I'm so happy that it's finally out. Like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. And how much do you feel the song has changed since collaborating with the rest of the band?
Actually not that much. Like they really like, because after we decided that we did want it on the album, I like created like a little demo just like in my bedroom where we are right now.
Hey, Rufus.
Just to like, just for our producer, just to sort of get the vibe. And then, yeah, I really liked the demo, just like really raw and I didn't know exactly how I wanted it, but like, yeah, just liked how it was, just like not that perfect or anything. And originally Anna was gonna sing the song, but
Yeah.
then after everyone heard the demo, everyone was like, I think you should do it, because Anna's got such strong vocals that I think it really works. Them coming in like the last chorus, it like makes it a bit more powerful. But yeah, I think like the main difference would be like Scarlet Strings, like that like changed it heaps. That was so awesome. And then yeah, just the harmonies, like Anna and Scarlett doing harmonies at the like the other end of the song. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, it gives it like a good, like the first half of the song is quite sad and I'm like singing on my own, but then we're like all singing together. And I think it's not just like them giving me like strength with the song, but it's also like a lot of people have this same story, and a lot of women and non-males have experienced this. And I think like all of us singing it together, I don't know, it was like really powerful for me, and like I know that they really loved it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, even taking a look at that very first line, it was so empowering, and something from my own experience, most survivors contemplate the whole, in 7 years I'll be okay because my skin cells will regenerate. So what do you hope that fans and listeners get out of listening to this song?
Mainly just like feel like they can be in control, because that was like a big thing for me, like having the control to like write the song and like perform it and be able to sing it how I wanted it to be done, like gave me the control that like I definitely lost. And so just anyone listening, hopefully like it makes them feel like empowered, or like that they can regain that control in a sense. And that also like I know like sharing it with the band, and like they're my best friends, and like sharing with them so everything that happened, like I could not have gotten through it without them. And so I think also, reaching out and knowing you're not alone is like a really big thing, because it's like you can't go through it alone. Like you've got to reach out for sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
so true. And I have to commend you for writing this song and releasing it, because it's not just a song. It's kind of almost a journal entry in itself, It's so personal, and I just know that so many people need to hear this song, and I can already see, lighters out at the gigs because it's beautiful. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so personal. I've been like so anxious about it because yeah, like what you said, like it's so like it's like someone reading your journal.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I've gotten already like so many lovely messages from people just being like, I really needed this, and like I mean that makes it like worth it. Yeah.
I had a listen to Never Saw It Coming this afternoon, and totally made me cry. It was really, really beautiful. So congratulations on such a gorgeous song. And I can't wait to actually see it live. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm nervous to play it live. I've never really sung like, so we all do like backing vocals and stuff. So I always like do some shouty singing, but I've never like sung lead. So we'll see how that goes. I think the first few ones will be a little bit shaky, but yeah, I'm really excited, and like yeah, it's just already gone so well. Like I didn't expect it to be received this well. So yeah, very happy with it.
Yeah. Are there strings on any other Teen Jesus songs?
Not as of yet, but on the album.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Scarlett, the guitarist, we all had to learn like a stringed instrument, because we went to a Steiner school.
Oh,
and so
okay.
Anna and I don't know what Jada did actually, but we did like either violin or cello. And so Scarlett's actually amazing at cello, so that's all her playing in the song.
That's crazy. I really thought it was MIDI.
True.
Yeah.
No. It's
That's
all Scarlett.
awesome. Go
Yeah,
Scarlett.
Yeah, she's really good. And so, yeah, there's a little bit more of that in the album as well, which is really cool.
So let's talk about this debut album, which you just announced today will be out on the 8th of September. Can you tell us about the inspiration and some of the themes that we can look forward to hearing on the album?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a long process, like writing and recording an album. Like we were talking about it today. In that time, like two of us have gone through breakups. We've like moved states, like changed jobs, gotten new jobs. Like we've feels like we've lived a lifetime and just writing this album. So I think, yeah, there's like a lot about like growing up and like even just like musically, I think you can hear that it's not just, really riff heavy, punky Teen Jesus, which we've kind of shown. Like there's elements of that, but there's also a lot more like quieter moments and like obviously acoustic, like Never Saw It Coming. So there's a lot more variety in there. There's some love songs like I Love You,
Yep.
which is, yeah. And then
I'm surprised that the name of the album is I Love You. When you take a look at the other single names that you've put out, like and stuff like that, for I Love You, it was very out of the box for you guys.
I know, I feel like we're really stepping out of the box. Like even Never Saw It Coming is like
Yeah.
not what I think anyone expected. And I think the album is sort of that as well. Like there's still elements where it's like classic Teen Jesus, but there's also like, yeah, like even Salt, which is the one where we collab with the Grogans. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like we sound so different to the Grogans, but that song is like all of our favorite song. Like it's such, yeah. Yeah, so there's like a lot about heartbreak as well. And just like some of the songs were written when we were like, I think Salt Anna wrote when they were like 20 or something. And like, so not all of them are really recent. So I think it's just like a bit of a journey of us growing up. And then some of the songs we wrote all together, which we hadn't really done before as well. And so that's like a different vibe. But yeah, I'm very excited for everyone to hear it.
Yes, I can't wait. Now, to follow along on the amazing news trail, yesterday it was announced that Teen Jesus will be the main support for Foo Fighters at their NAMM Melbourne show. So what does this gig mean to you? What does that spot mean to you as a band?
God, it's actually insane. Like, because we got asked last year and then Taylor Hawkins
Of course.
sadly passed away. And so for us to then be asked again, it feels like you guys had two chances and you've like taken us both chances. It's crazy. It's crazy because we all grew up like listening to Nirvana, Queens of the Stone Age, and like obviously Foo Fighters. So it's like a big like pinch me moment. And like, yeah, playing the stadium rock show, like so crazy. Yeah, and I've heard that he like always watches the supports, which makes me so nervous because usually I feel like you play with these like big rock dogs and they don't like really have time. And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
don't
yeah.
watch the supports, but like apparently he actually does, which scares me. But yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, he's always been like a big drum idol for me, and I know the others love him as well. So it's going to be crazy. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah. Are you going to pull out any special tricks for this gig, considering he'll be watching?
I should. I never learnt like stick tricks because I was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. But now I feel like this would be a good thing to know how to like get those fingers working. So I might do that. We'll see.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, I have one final question for you. This Sunday, you'll be headlining the Cambo's last ever long weekender. And so Teen Jesus have previously played the Cambo. How would you say it compares to other venues that you've played at? And are you sad to see it going?
Well, we actually love Newcastle so much. Like, I feel like we always have such a good crowd there. And I feel like we've only really played the Cambo. So, yeah, it's super sad to see it go. And like, we're so excited for this Sunday though. Like, we're playing with so many like amazing newie bands. Like, yeah, I don't know how, but we've become like best friends with so many Newcastle bands.
That's
But
awesome.
it's so good. So I'm very keen. And yeah, it's really sad to see yet another like great venue be no longer, but hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what comes in its place. But yeah, very excited and honoured to be playing the the final one.
Yes. Well, we can't wait to have you here in Newcastle. And I'm so stoked and very excited to hear the debut album, I Love You. It'll be out on the 8th of September. And Neve, congratulations again on Never Saw It Coming. It's so beautiful and it's been awesome to chat with you. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
Yay!
Newcastle Live. Newcastle Live.
Local cyclists are in for one hell of an extraordinary journey when Camp Quality's 400 kilometres for kids gets underway later this year. Cyclists of all levels, from amateurs to professionals, are invited to take part. And the best thing is, you'll be raising money for sick kids along the way. To find out more, head to newcastlelive.com.au.
Good. That's it for the good stuff today. I'd love to say a big thank you to Jean Teasers and the Jean Teasers for joining us today. Be sure to grab your tickets to the last ever long weekend party happening this Sunday at the Cambridge Hotel. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m. for more of the good stuff.